Good evening, welcome back, everyone. We're here for the third and final game of the night for the XLNC Lightweight Scrim Gem. I'm Gasbump, once again joined by the fantastic Left Aid, and we have two great teams here in the finals. It's going to be Team No Dodge versus Y2E Dragons. Champion Select is already underway. Let's talk about these great picks and bans.
All right, so for the side of Team No Dodge, we have the Lee Sin, the Rakan, and the Renekton ban. And for the side of Y2E, we have the Jinx, LeBlanc, and Morgana bans. Now, the Jinx ban, kind of pretty obvious as to why they would ban it. They have PTSD from the previous game, as that was kind of the bright, shining moment of their previous matchup. Excuse me, and the LeBlanc and Morgana must just be bans that they saw against Zaka and Hua Taeyeon that they did not want to be facing.
And I think that's pretty reasonable. I mean, Morgana is one of those picks that is just obnoxious to deal with. It shuts down so many strategies, and you are just forced to deal with that pick. And it's one of those deals where it sucks to have to pick around an individual champion. So banning it, not the worst plan.
Yeah, it does. Now, are you ready for the age-old League of Legends mid-lane matchup of Orianna versus Syndra?
Balls everywhere.
So many balls. However, there is a ball comp for the side of Team No Dodge here with that Jarvan here that we see. And it will be Jarvan in the top lane. I actually have just noticed difference from the pro draft that was, I don't believe, communicated in the chat, unless I just missed it because I have a big brain. They locked Rengar, so I thought it was a Jarvan top, but it turns out to be a Jarvan jungle with a Nasus top, which means that the Rengar was just a panic pick due to lack of time, due to Y2E Dragons picks being completely unclear. Because that much I did read in the chat.
I could also, pro draft also sometimes just doesn't work like it's supposed to.
Well, yeah, that is very... I mean, that's very, very apparent. Pro draft is Smurf draft, and I never use it if I can avoid it.
So we've got Janna here as the support pick and the final choice from the side of Team No Dodge, and Nasus Janna in the same company. This is an interesting 5-man setup from the side of Team No Dodge, and Y2E Dragons has, I think, a more cohesive composition overall, but
yeah, they do seem to have a more coherent 5v5. It's kind of really obvious exactly what they want to do with their composition. It's really obvious how they want to play and win, or try to win the game. Meanwhile, on the side of Team No Dodge, it's really obvious when you see the Orianna and the Jarvan what they want to do. And then it kind of all falls apart from there. I mean, it's really obvious that the Caitlyn Janna is supposed to be there because Janna is just supposed to buff the Caitlyn's damage. And we're supposed to watch Caitlyn do like 900 to 1,000 damage autos late game. This Nasus kind of doesn't fit to me. I understand that it is kind of a historic matchup into Malphite at lower elo, and I understand that Nasus kind of gets to free farm with Malphite.
Right.
But seeing that Olaf, you kind of have to go, but will it be allowed to?
Do I really want to do this to myself? Is the classic
Will Y2E be top lane many, 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 many times so that I cannot become a doggo that one-shots everything?
Honestly, the thing that's super interesting about Nasus to me is that a lot of people peg him as a late-game champion. No, Nasus spikes right around 25 minutes. If you are way ahead on stacks, you are a monster. The further you get into the game, the less effective Nasus becomes as he just gets kited out and people can burst him depending on your build. And it's not... you don't hyperscale.
Yeah, no, you don't exactly hyperscale, and you do come online at 25 minutes. However, we will also have to see, because there is the small possibility this Nasus does go AP Nasus, in which case that power spike actually happens sooner, and then he falls off massively around 35 minutes.
Right. It's the classic. It's like old Pantheon, or I guess Olaf, who's also in this game at 25, 30 minutes. The champion turns back into a pumpkin for the night.
It turns back into a pumpkin, and also just kind of exists as a body. It is a tanky body, and that's that. That's what they devolve into later and later into the game if they aren't so massively far ahead that you can't stop them.
For sure on that one as we count down to the spectator delay here. Curious as to your thoughts on this 2v2 bottom lane.
Caitlyn Janna versus Kaisa Lux. Caitlyn Janna have a lot of range. There should not be a world in which Lux gets to step up for free and get free poke, because Janna will more than likely be doing the harassment Janna, which is have W, have Airy, step up, W, use your passive to escape before the return damage can come in, take a chunk of damage as Lux. And then if Lux steps up, Janna Q should kind of just push her back, and Janna's shield should keep this Caitlyn winning trades against this Kaisa early. If Caitlyn's not sufficiently far ahead, come about level 7 or 8, Kaisa starts to win the lane, because Kaisa gets item spikes and Caitlyn hits power trough.
And that's such a major thing to factor in, but we're right at the end of the spectator delay here. We'll be back in just a moment with the game itself. Don't just that dial. It's the last climactic match of the Excellency Lightweight Scrim Gym. We'll see you all in just a moment.
It's the finals!
Good evening. Welcome back, everyone. We're here for the third and final game of this set of scrims for the Excellency Lightweight Scrim Gym. It is Y2E Dragons versus Team No Dodge. The stance right now, though, make absolutely sure that both teams are on the right side. All right, it's the Invade 5-man coming on through. Olaf leading the charge. Will get that slowing axe onto the Janna. Oh, missing that tornado from Huyeteon. That's the kill coming on through. Hexmist going to be picking up that first blood. Man, that was a extremely greedy set of plays from that Janna, as we are now at the 1 minute mark. And both of these squads, I mean, it was a good invade from Dragons, but it felt like just totally asleep at the wheel for the Janna.
Yeah, definitely quite asleep there. Almost on autopilot, one might say. Probably was just walking, talking with the team. Oh, guys, I'll go sit in this bush. I'm dead.
Well, not just that, there were opportunities to flash, could have used the tornado properly, just didn't end up happening, and that is worrisome to say the least, especially giving that early kill over to the Olaf, who is that early game powerhouse. Oh, Kaisa almost stealing that with the Plasma Bolt. That would have been disastrous for the J4.
Imagine the scenes. Kaisa steals red buff. Although that does mean that they do now know that Kaisa has started W instead of Q, which does make that level 1 farming a bit more challenging.
Right, still not that big of a deal. It really depends. Can the Janna leverage some of this pressure, but the coming through, great light binding from the Lux already to pin that one in. Yao Lao in trouble, has the Olaf, now comes top, popping down that undertow with the axe, is getting the slows there. Conqueror under the tower, forcing the flash. Olaf able to get that 1 versus 1, but will trade his life to that top lane Nasus. I don't know if that's ideal, especially having a kill already and giving that one up. That's maybe a little.
I understand the mentality of, hey, let's run it down and let me get a kill here and get an early kill. It's a good mentality to have for early aggression. It's not good to trade your life for it, though, because you're going to see now that Jarvan gets some alone time on the map, so to speak, that this Olaf didn't. So he is actually going to come out ahead of us.
Malphite does get some mana. Flag and Drag will land. Yellow getting some good damage in here. Conqueror is going to force the flash, and Flaming Thunder now without that defensive summoner as well. Olaf on the bottom side of the map.
Yeah, definitely they did force the summoner. That's really good for them. However, the Nasus is down both his sums off of that play, so realistically it is still Malphite having the slight advantage in this lane. He does still have the CS advantage as well. So he right now is able to force a lot more in this lane and exude more total map pressure. But definitely a very solid gank for this Jarvan that looks like it's about to be repeated.
Repeated, doesn't have the flash here. That flag and drag with the slow, the red buff, the flash, the auto attack, and Fum 69 picking up that kill on the Malphite and buying some more breathing room for this Nasus top.
Yep, and there's what I was talking about with that Jarvan on the alone time. However, actually spotting Olaf in his jungle.
Olaf coming on down. Nasus could come as well, popping that smite to get the extra health there. If we're going to be forcing the Olaf out, Orianna here. Rotation coming on through. Able to grit that. There's the flag and drag over the wall defensively. Man, Yalo getting sent straight up the river by his jungler. The rest of the team not coming is able to get that slowly undertow under the tower. Flaming Thunder drop very low. Will eat that tower shot, but the mid laner has joined Fum69 in trouble. The Orianna's refusal to join in the rotation, crippling on that play. And I have to wonder if that was a communication issue from this squad.
Yeah, I do wonder if maybe there was some slight communication errors of rotation, or maybe there was just the flat-out decision from Team No Dodge to say, hey, instead, we want you to get pressure on this lane. We want you to get more CS. We want you to take an early back, maybe get a turret plate, because we already know that we're going to lose this play. Unlikely, more than likely, it was just that the Orianna didn't have prio when the Syndra started rotating, so it was a bit unsafe for the Orianna to try and follow Syndra.
And Zaka able to get some of the really get some CS advantage in that mid lane. It really feels bad for the Nasus, though, who did die for his jungler's sins. Fum flag and dragging out, and putting all the pressure on back of the Nautilus. It's again spotted out by this Olaf, and Hexmist looking for the crab here. The Syndra does have the play in the mid lane there. Going to be looking for the rotation up from bottom, though. Olaf able to get that crab, but does not have the flash, does not have the ghost. Will go down to the Orianna, and that's a big shutdown. Cash into the pocket. Mid laner from Team No Dodge.
Yeah, and that also came with 3 assists. That was most definitely not worth for this Olaf or for this Y2E Dragon squad. You do not want to be trading neutral objectives for your life, especially a shutdown like that. Really just a very poorly calculated odds.
Right, and that's one of those situations where, like, I'm not even sure if it would be worth making that trade for the Air Dragon, let alone just the Scuttle Crab. Kind of a mistake there, and I think underestimating the ability for that bot lane to come up, make the rotation, and also the fact that Syndra not level 6 there. So
yeah, really not respecting that early priority that I was talking about that Caitlyn Janna's going to have. They're going to have that Kai'Sa Lux shoved in a lot, and they have been having it. So any play that you make on the bottom side of the map in the bottom side jungle, unless they are backed, Team No Dodge's bot lane will be able to respond a lot sooner.
Right, the pushing power of this Janna and Caitlyn, not to be underestimated. Fum 69 is here. Looking for this flag and drag. Lux will have the binding available, so play the lane up smartly.
Smells something.
This one coming. Fum looking for the flag and drag, is going to effectively bait it out there. Loco Spoon. Smart play there.
Yeah, no, Loco Spoon could smell something funny. And that shows a very, very high level of game knowledge to know that was definitely a potential lane gank from that Jarvan there.
Right, and again, good job calling that one out there, and it's going to waste quite a bit of time from the J4. The Olaf is going to spend farming the J4's own jungle there, and the closer that he gets to this Ragnarok, the more difficult it will be to ward off these ganks from the Olaf. And again, one of the strongest suits of that champion. Olaf coming up top here. Nasus needs to be real careful with the shoving wave.
Yeah, he's actually thinking about going and checking.
Landing the axe, forced to flash there. Malphite didn't have the ult, though. Maybe a little bit premature with that flash, especially as he did still have the ult.
To be fair, though, he has a bit of PTSD from that early Olaf tower dive. He's really afraid that he'll just do it again. So I can definitely respect
Orianna
the
does have
please
the
no.
inside track looking for this. There's the ult coming on through. Hexmist drop to his sliver. Will go down to Zakal once again. Cataclysm from the J4. Nasus is slow, looking for this kill. Orianna get the auto attacks, and the shield is in. Fum with 2 kills. Oh.
Wow,
And there's
Fum
Malphite.
able to survive there. Yeah, Malphite ult, the unstoppable force meets an immovable object. Unfortunately, that Jarvan is in fact movable.
He needed to have
no
his steel shoes on there, but not going to be enough on that one. Good pickup overall for both sides, really, but I love the collabs coming through.
Yeah, it was in fact, and it was much better for the side of Team No Dodge. They were able to pick up 2 kills there for just the 1 traded back. So it was ultimately a very large advantage, and this Orianna that is already starting to get very out of control, 2-0-1 with a 10 CS advantage, is just continuing to extend that lead, which is really dangerous for this Y2E squad, because we talked about how the Orianna and the Jarvan are a ball comp.
Ooh,
Well, if you make the ball do a lot of damage.
Ragnarok ultimate available from the Janna. What? Are you playing in the past? I mean, who you on? Got that 600 ping Janna ult right there. That was very questionable. I think that Caitlyn actually can live through that if the ult is immediately popped. But
I feel like Janna just forgot that Olaf Ragnarok means that using the ult won't push Olaf away.
Zakah in trouble here. Have the Olaf come on through. Doesn't have the Ragnarok available. We'll be able to walk on out of that one consequence free. Going off in the bottom lane, though. The situation top lane, though, pretty even with these 2 laners. Flaming Thunder and Yao Lao, both a kill to their names.
Yep, Flaming Thunder. Flaming Thunder really is about... I don't know what I am saying at the moment.
Okay there, bud.
But,
Do you smell burnt
Flaming
toast?
Thunder here is
Can I help
building towards that magic damage build.
Xmas with the axe over the wall does have the flash on up. It's so surprising to see Olaf with flash that I just don't think Oriana expected that in the slightest.
Yeah, it is a little bit surprising there. What's even more surprising is the fact that, Oriana probably... I mean, honestly, I think it was disrespect there. The fact that they knew that Olaf was in the area, they had seen him around, and then thinking that it was safe to trade onto that
There's the play. Cataclysm coming down. Will grab that, looking for the ult. J4 is able to take that. Texas Spoon looking now for the Syndra, getting the shields from the 80 carry. Flag and Drag is in. Kiora with a great killer instinct. Last air attack from Texas Spoon will land, but the trade's going through. Oriana late to the fight. Going to be putting those traps on down there. Texas Spoon looking to walk on out. The flash cheese wheel from the Malphite will clean up that kill, and Nasus, no teleport, nowhere to be seen.
He's pushing top lane, man. He's farming. He says, I'll see you at 35 minutes. I'm just going to be the one-shot doggo because I have a full AP Malphite against me in my lane.
Right, Flaming Thunder this time going that full AP Malphite, and I mean, the ultimate damage is severe, but what is he going to be able to do against this Nasus the further we get into the game? It's a real question for me. Did pop that ult on the tower. Looking for the second plate. Olaf is here. Yao Lao taking an extra tower shot for his trouble. Hexamist gets that Conqueror proc, putting the field on down. Yao Lao does not have the damage to take this fight. Looking to weave and dodge on through, but Malphite is back, and with it, no chance for Yao Lao to escape. But no, Zakai is here. Will flip the Malphite on out. For the cheese wheel speed up there. They're popping that, but here comes Fum Fum. No Cataclysm available. Malphite fairly squishy, but they do not opt for the play.
Yeah, Flaming Thunder there, he was really looking for the execute on Yao Lao. Didn't really appropriately swap his targeting, which didn't allow the Olaf to do damage. Also, the Olaf really trying to be a showman there, and that did not pay off for him.
No.
He could have definitely finished that kill. He was just being a BM master. And unfortunately, as most BM plays end up being in team play, it doesn't quite work out. The
taunt to get bodied true combo, as it were?
Yeah, bodied by Jensen.
Looking at the bot lane now, this Caitlyn really coming online in a big way. Kiora is at the level 8 mark, does have the Mana Moon, still stacking that one up there, but the pressure from the Caitlyn, from the Janna, just absolutely immense.
Yeah, it is a very oppressive lane. It likes to push you in, and it likes to just keep you from playing the game from anywhere but under your turret. And it's doing that quite well right now. It is just using its range to its advantage.
Flag and Drag, J4 is here. It's the ult. Cataclysm coming on down there. Here's the stopwatch. No ultimate yet from the Orion, but it will not matter as Fum69 takes yet another kill.
Yeah, Zaka definitely not even quite needing that ultimate. The Cataclysm, a very high base damage.
Yao Lao. The ultimate is in from the Malphite, but going to be holding out the trigger discipline there. Yao Lao smelling that one out, and the Olaf not making it in time to really have an impact on that gank.
Yeah, Nasus with Flash, with ult, really not the person that you want to be. Wow, that was just a deletion there from Texas Spoon.
Just a very clean Caitlyn combo from Texas Spoon there, mopping that one up on Kaora there, and helping to accelerate, getting close to that eye edge power spike too, which is pretty major for the Caitlyn, all things considered.
Yeah, I don't think Kaora was fully expecting or fully realizing just how well and how much damage that full Caitlyn combo works. Honestly, one of the things about a Caitlyn lane that you have to learn when you play against somebody who's played a lot of Caitlyn is you have to be willing to click on that champion and watch that headshot count so that you don't end up with combos like that against you.
Right, and
because that was a double headshot, 2 in a row.
The classic.
If shooting them in the head once doesn't work, try again.
The double tap.
The double tap.
So 15 minutes on the clock. Teams are very even, but still about a 3,000 gold lead coming through for Team No Dodge there. And That's surprising to see after the last couple of games we've seen out of Dragons. But the early game Olaf not working quite as cleanly as planned. Fum here once again in the mid lane. Cataclysm is not quite available. Eyes no open. Would have died if the Flag and Dragon landed.
Most definitely. And the Orianna Shockwave was blown. Mm-hmm. However, that does put a very significant amount of damage on the Syndra, and the Syndra has to back again if
this time it lands. Halo Note coming on through Texas Boom, claiming a third. Great setup once again.
Yeah, that was a very easy kill right there. That was just set him up, knock him down. Fum really dictating the pace of this game for Team No Dodge and dictating it in style. He is currently running circles around Hexmist, who we assumed being the early to mid-game jungler would kind of be running this show. Mm-hmm. But now we're seeing why Jarvan is the most prioritized jungler at Worlds right now, is because he does just offer so much presence throughout the game right now.
Syndra cut out, Texas Spoon drop low, but still claiming his 4th kill. The Triumph proc as well as the Janna healing, a major factor in that one. Olaf in the mid lane, now looking to set up with that Rift Herald, but not going to be given a chance as the members of TND position properly in response.
Yep, and it does look like they'll probably just turn onto this dragon. They'll probably turn and burn it.
Mm-hmm. All right, yeah, Flaming Thunder, Olaf coming up top. Flaming Thunder is in trouble here. Nasus doing so much damage, has the flash, gets the clap with the auto attack here. The Conqueror in from the Olaf cannot be slowed, but his auto attack damage sure can. Yao Lao healing so much from that passive, and the emote spam comes through, turning the 1 vs 2.
Yeah, Flaming Thunder, I don't know what he was thinking there. He came in for that top lane play, he burned his ultimate, and he only knocked the Nasus down about 1/3 of his health. And then Nasus blew ult and went back to full health. Yeah. And for some reason, Malphite decided it was a great idea to keep forcing that.
Part of that smacks to me of a communication issue. Like, Olaf's like, hey, I'm coming top. Malphite says, well, great, I'll just ult and start the fight then. And Olaf was a little bit further away than Malphite may have anticipated there.
He went a little hard in the paint. My man, Malphite.
324 the current damage bonus on Nasus' stacks.
Still trying to really read what Malphite's doing here. It should not be what I know is coming.
This is some like Kmart blue light special build stuff right now. We've got Moby boots.
Well, I know he's currently building the Hextech Proto Belt. He should be building Zhonya's right now.
Right.
Because A, armor. You level off of armor damage. B, you're squishy, so you need something once you've gone in and taken a bunch of damage. And, it's AP as well. Mm-hmm. It's just a really... Also the CDR.
Into Texas Spoon, but not enough to one-shot him. J4 coming through. The kill goes into Orianna Zaka, 3-1 and 4. Malphite, buddy? You know that Zanya's thing?
Yeah, you know what would have helped there? Mm-hmm. A Seeker's Arm Guard.
Oh, yeah.
Which he has the gold for.
Meanwhile, in your top lane, Nasus doing Nasus things. And Fum going to be stealing a red buff there while the Olaf is otherwise occupied in the bot side of the map. Hurts.
Yeah, it does hurt. It hurts a lot. Olaf, they're still sitting on that Rift Herald, though. It is about 3/4 of the way down, so he's going to have to be using it soon. Really, realistically, he has enough time to back by here, maybe try to set up a push, and then drop the Herald. That's all he has time for right now.
And I think that there's absolutely a world in which his Herald does nothing. I mean, the lane priority hasn't been there. My Eyes No Open Yet has been absolutely smash-mastered in this mid lane. The combination of Fum and Zaka has been honestly running circles around Hexmist and My Eyes No Open Yet. And it feels bad to be put in this kind of position as a Syndra, especially with Orianna, who's almost a full item ahead the 19-minute mark of the game.
Yeah, Orianna itemizing towards that Morellonomicon there. Going to be a very useful pickup of a lot more magic damage. The taking away of healing, dealing that grievous wounds there on those abilities, which will just be absolutely devastating to this Y2E squad.
So Olaf does summon the Rift Herald, but there's no way this even gets a charge off on the mid lane tower with the lane priority that we're seeing from Team No Dodge. That just sucks if you're the Olaf. I mean, you spend that time trying to get that priority. Drop fairly low. Olaf will be able to steal his own blue buff, which is,
Yeah.
good.
He'll steal
My
it
eyes
back.
now open. Oh, force the flash on out there. Fum's presence on this map is just stifling. I love seeing this kind of J4 play, and with the ball threat from the Orianna, it's the real deal.
Yeah, he's been doing a fantastic job here of dictating this map, shutting out the other jungler, and just making sure that his presence is felt at all times across all lanes, which is really what you want in a jungler. Because if you have that, then the enemy team feels too scared to do anything, and they just feel like nowhere is safe and they're being bled out of their own map.
And that's exactly, look at the pressure exerted by this Nasus. He's picked up the tower top, he's picked up another tower bottom lane, and already has the Trinity Force on board with 1,800 more gold in the bank, looking back to buy there. And probably, I would say, a Spectre's Cowl with the way this game has been going. But actually,
That's a
opts
sword
for
breaker.
Excuse me?
I was making a TFT reference that it was a sword breaker. However, no, this looks like he's building a ZZ Rot portal to continue to force the priority in his lanes and keep a lane perma-shoving.
Is Zizarot a thing again?
ZZ Rot with Banner of Command is not, because Banner of Command doesn't exist, but ZZ Rot has been a...
Bye, Syndra.
That's a death brush. Bye, Syndra.
Later, Skater. So this is the third dragon, almost certainly, to go into Team No Dodge's pockets.
100%, because if Olaf comes to contest, they'll just turn and kill him. Ragnarok or not.
Oh, yeah, there's no way he's getting out. Dragon, third of the game. Baron up. Earth Dragon empowered Caitlyn. Pretty good clearing that
Yeah.
up. Does have the flash. Gonna get that forced on out. And I think.
And the Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Wow.
J4 takes that trade every day of the week, and now mid lane tower under major threat. Things are looking real rough for dragons here.
Yeah, J4 doing exactly what I said he was achieving. His presence is felt. Olaf is blowing everything to get away from him.
You're not stuck in here with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not stuck in here with you. You're stuck in here with me.
Yeah, that's exactly like what I was going for before I put my
completely butchered it.
Completely butchered it with my big greasy sausage fingers.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll take that one on the chin. Come on, man.
But that's all right.
It's been a long day, Chief.
It has been a long day.
Oh, hey, Teximus getting found out again. This Olaf is just...
Pop.
Yeah, he doesn't
Peekaboo.
go down. Yeah, it's just putting the fear of God into this team as they wander into the jungle. And even if you don't get that kill, the fact that they can't even move freely between this part of the jungle and the other, how are you supposed to do with this Caitlyn split push? You can't.
No, Caitlyn just gets to free siege turrets, which is what they're showing and utilizing here.
Also, this vision control, nothing short of smothering. Y2E dragons left grasping for straws when it comes to answers.
Yeah, they definitely don't have anything in the line of vision past the absolute bare roots right outside the base, which really just means that you were in a desperation turtle phase.
Right. I mean, this is a composition that it's only Kai'Sa that has a strong late game presence here. J4 popping the Cataclysm, Kiora.
Syndra has a strong late game presence.
Well, if she wasn't 0-5, she might.
Well, once she hits 4 items, she'll still have a presence because she can one-shot a carry.
Set your clocks for 40 minutes, gentlemen.
With how far behind she is, you're gonna want to go to 50 for 4 items.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's 40. That's 50. 40 would be extremely optimistic. Syndra would have to start getting kills.
That's going to be a tough sell, Chief. So, Nasus currently annihilating a bot lane tower, gets the Demolish proc along with that Siphoning Strike, and that's like 900 damage off the tower in one hit.
That was 3/4 of the tower health in one hit.
It was a third.
No, because that tower was at 3/4 and it dropped to under a quarter in one auto attack.
Well, the tower is currently at...
He's checking it now.
Mm-hmm. I would say it was about half the tower's health.
It was a third. No, it was 3/4. No, it's a half.
Let's continue haggling.
Let's continue haggling a massive amount of damage.
Yeah, the number was lots.
The number was I believe the technical
hey.
term is a metric ton.
So Flaming Thunder doesn't even get an opportunity to ult there. I honestly think
Flaming Thunder's also building a little bit not at all correct. Azanya's would have helped there.
Yeah.
Also having
my
ult,
belt.
or using ult would have helped.
Hey, Loco Spoon is in trouble, as is the rest of his team. There's a Cataclysm coming on down. J4 helping in a big way as the Unstoppable on the Olaf does nothing.
The ball.
The heal channel so huge there. Nasus getting that bot lane tower, putting him under threat. As the mid lane shove continues. Yao Lao now going in for the kill. This Syndra has a flash. Yao Lao does so much damage, but no, eats too many tower shots and will fall for his trouble. That was a bit of a mistake.
That ball one-shot Kaisa in that last team fight. That was that's painful. You as Kaisa just go, well, what do you want me to do? There's nothing.
Dying?
There is nothing that Kaisa could do there.
Pings. Dude, that just sucks, man. Like there's nothing to even do there. Kaisa has 2 items, but it's one of these things where the advantage is brokered in the early game, but Y2E simply not capitalized upon, and the Olaf pick has already fallen apart in a big way.
Yeah, honestly, the only early game advantage that they gave was to the Malphite, which then itemized in such a way that meant that Malphite couldn't keep his advantage because Nasus inevitably just came back and stacked and was able to reach a point of outscale and therefore by outscaling was unable to be one-shot and won the lane, even 2v1.
I think another factor that's worth mentioning here is Fum has just played fantastically in the jungle this game. I mean,
yeah, he has fully locked Y2E out of using the jungle to their advantage or even at all. Like, he just owns their jungle.
Oh. Olaf going to be forced to flash defensively on out there. Malphite not going to be any use in this one. Cataclysm comes through for the J4 Fum. The healing from the Olaf pretty strong right there, but does have the stopwatch. And Kaisa, once again, a victim of the Orianna as this mid lane push now looks for that second inhibitor tower down.
Yeah, once again, we do see Olaf, yes, your ultimate, it does prevent CC, but it does not prevent Cataclysm, and it does not prevent
the
flat
ult from the Malphite
Nasus
did
damage.
Not nearly enough for how much AP has been invested there as Lux now falls. Only 2 members of this Dragon Squad remain, and Team No Dodge gonna be taking it home in this finals for the XLNC Lightweight Scrim Gym.
Yep, that is going to be a win for them here. Very commanding fashion, 24-10, a 15k gold lead at 28 minutes in.
Might not be over yet.
Maybe not quite. They may have to back off and set up for another push. We'll see. They're getting in.
They get the second inhibitor at the very least, so not going to be quite the end, but they're almost on a Bear Nexus. They get one of the towers and the other one down to half. Baron up on board here. Orion respawning in 30 seconds, and it's just one last desperate defense in the tank here for Y2E.
Yeah, that's about all that there is left here for them to do. Is if they can somehow hold on, which their top laner DC'd, so even they were a bit preemptive in calling the game over. So that is that to me is just a little bit humorous because everybody started just a little bit early. But we will be continuing this game here. 24-11 is now the kill score. With a 13k gold lead.
The closest two champions to each other is a 1900 gold difference in favor of the jungler. So this is a tough one, Chief.
It's a tough one, Chief. Certainly is.
Hey, it's Olaf's ult again. Goodbye, Ragnarok.
Olaf preemptively Ragnaroking to make sure that he can't be flag and dragged. Would still be able to be cataclysmed, but honestly, they don't want him because he is pretty useless as a champion right now.
And, I mean, you don't want to put the guy who can heal himself off his auto attacks in the Rumble Ring, especially at this point of the match. Olaf does have 3 items, and it's not like he's tiny. unlike some of the members of his team, and he poses, part of a legitimate threat. Caitlyn hammering those other attacks down, flag and drag from the J4 into the backline as the inhib balls. That's an ult on the 2-1 falling immediately. J4 in the front line just absorbing so much further. Will inevitably fall, but Hex missed. No ult, no way out. Slowed down, gunned down. It's only Kaora up left. Yao Lao has that Wither in the tank, and it's a double for the Caitlyn now with only that final Nexus Tower remaining. The super minions are pouring in from bottom and mid, and this will be the match.
With 20 seconds on the death timer nearest, that will be the game. It will be Team No Dodge punching their first win here in XLNC's main bracket. Congratulations to them. Team Y2E Dragon, honestly, that last game can be summed up as Malphite.
Yeah, that was Flaming Thunder's build was a bit of a mistake there, and big capitalizations coming on through for the side of Team No Dodge, giving them an excellent position in this match. Of course.
Yep. I mean, 100%. It was just top to bottom. It was a better matchup all the way around for Team No Dodge. They had more aggressive top, mid, and bottom lane, and jungle. They played the aggression game, and they were never able to be punished because there was no ability to punish from the side of Y2E Dragons.
Yup, without a doubt on that one. But with that being said, we have reached an end to our streamed games for the evening. Thank you all very much, everyone, for coming in to watch the XLNC Lightweight Scrim Gym. A big congratulations once again to Team No Dodge for the victory tonight. I hope to see you all again next time here on the XLNC Twitch.tv channel. Some great games coming up for you tomorrow. I've been Gas Pump, joined by the fantastic Left Aid.
It was awesome and it was fun, Gas Pump. And we will see you all next time.